Hello everybody, I am Jedi Penguin and welcome back to another LEGO Star Wars review. So today we're going to be looking at set number 75362, Ahsoka Tano's T-6 Jedi Shuttle. This set includes 599 pieces and retails for $79.99 when it released on September 1st of 2023. Now, I did initially pay retail price for this. I bought it at my local LEGO store. However, I saw that Costco had it for only $65 instead of $80, and it was an easy solution. Buy the one from Costco, return the other set to LEGO. Another thing I want to mention before I go further into this video, I have seen multiple episodes of the Ahsoka show, so there will be spoilers in this review, so if you haven't seen the show, go watch it, come back, or whatever. One of my favorite parts of these new Ahsoka sets is the inclusion of Ahsoka from the bottom corner. You see her there because this is an Ahsoka set. You also get that teal color, that stripe right down the side. Of course, with this being a vehicle build, you have space as your background, minifigures from the bottom corner. From the back side of the box, you get another angle of your vehicle build with your characters interacting, and you also get push tabs on this set, which is annoying, but it is what it is. Let's open it up. Still no paper bags. We have a total of 6 numbered bags to build this set, in addition to your loose stickers and instruction manual. Sticker sheet, all of which go on your vehicle build. Instructions, ugly render from the front side. From the back to get your Win robot. Piece count for 2 pages. And a quick advertisement for some of the other releases for this September the 1st LEGO Star Wars wave. You guys can look forward to a review of the Ghost probably before this, or maybe even after, who knows. Would love to get this. We'll probably end up with that at some point just because it has the villains. To begin our minifigure selection, we get a brand new version of Ahsoka Tano based off the Ahsoka Disney Plus show. This figure it's amazing. I really am so happy with it. They get printing on the torso, even down to the bottom of the feet there. Just the torso and leg printing is really great on this figure, and if that wasn't enough, LEGO even gave us arm printing, which is another great step in the right direction. I mean, now we just need leg printing on the side. I think that would make this figure even better, but already this figure is just really, really well done. Get some back printing, which also looks really great. I'll remove her headdress piece, her leku, which is also a brand new mold for this particular set. It's a softer plastic, so you can mess around with it and it won't break. And it's also shorter than the last one that we got for Ahsoka. So there's just a quick comparison between the one that we got back in 2021, I believe. Really interesting to see that size comparison, and I'll also bring out the Ahsoka from the OG Clone Wars with those really nostalgic eyes. Honestly, it's really cool to see how far these Ahsoka minifigures have gone over the years. I wouldn't mind us seeing this headdress piece return on another one of these Clone Wars era Ahsokas. It's just a figure that I think is really necessary, and it's a little disappointing considering we're celebrating 20 years of Clone Wars this year. We didn't get any sets with a younger Ahsoka in it. But all of that aside, I just gotta appreciate this figure and the arm printing on it and the new mold for the leku and just the printing on the torso and the legs there. It really is amazing. You also get a brand new facial expression for this version of Ahsoka, one with a calm face which better suits her figure throughout most of the show, and then this more worried, angry look from the backside. Honestly, if you buy this set, you're buying it for this minifigure of Ahsoka. No doubt she'll appear in other sets in the future if we do get any more sets based off the Disney Plus show, or even The Mandalorian. We may even see a set with her from The Mandalorian appear sometime in the future, who knows. But seeing all the trouble LEGO went into giving her a brand new mold, arm printing, and making this figure so amazing, I wouldn't be surprised if we see her appear again in a few sets next year. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to talk about our lightsabers, which are fine for what they are. You get these trans clear blades for her lightsabers, which we have seen this particular piece in that color before. It's just surprisingly the first time that we're seeing it with Ahsoka. We didn't even get it in this color when it came to the Rebels version, I'm pretty sure. Next up, we have Sabine Wren training to be a Jedi alongside Ahsoka. This is a character from Star Wars Rebels making her live-action debut, and I think LEGO did a really great job with this figure. Really, the only thing that I would have liked to have seen on her is maybe some arm printing, which there were rumors that she was going to have arm printing. Maybe that was in early stages of the design, who knows. Get some back printing. Love the shine to the torso print and also the legs as well. Sabine also comes with a number of accessories, first of which being these guns, which we have seen in sets before, but are very uncommon, so it's great to get those returning in this set. We also happen to get a green lightsaber for another accessory. As I said, she's training under Ahsoka, or was training under Ahsoka, and is trying to train with her again to become a Jedi. Honestly, I don't think her moment has come yet within the show. Hopefully these last few episodes of the show help her shine a little bit more, because I think she's being overshadowed by especially the villains. Back to the character design, brand new facial expression, double-sided one with a smirk, and one with an unhappy look from the backside. You also get a brand new hairpiece recolor, and if that wasn't enough, in addition to the hairpiece, LEGO was also kind enough to include her Mandalorian helmet, which looks really nice with the shine on that as well. And you get the helmet holes in order to put accessories, like we have the rangefinder there, which you can move if you want to. And because this comes in a multi-pack of rangefinders and visors, you can place one of those in there as well if you want to. There's a quick look of that, but honestly I prefer the rangefinder. For the very first time ever in LEGO form, we have Professor Huyang, the Jedi training droid. This is really cool to get for the very first time in LEGO form. It's a character that we have seen before within the Star Wars universe, finally making his live-action debut, but there are a few problems with this figure. One thing being the color scheme, which is inaccurate compared to what you'll see in the show, and the other thing being that this is a regular minifigure build-up, and I honestly was really expecting this figure to look more like the medical droids that we saw back in the day. That's sort of what I was thinking when it came to this figure's design. I think just the minifigure body type is a little bit too big for this character. That's just my opinion. Otherwise, I think he looks fine as far as the printing goes. You even get a brand new print on that 1x1 from the very back. We even get a brand new mold for his head, which is going above and beyond when it comes to this character's design. But still, I just think that he looks really weird as a minifigure, and I wish that he had more of that droid body buildup like you'd see for other similar characters. And finally, we have the mystery man of the hour, Merrick, the Inquisitor. We get brand new prints for the legs, the torso, even that under the neck accessory, and we even get a brand new mold for his helmet, which looks super cool. He's sort of like this knight guy. Get the clip piece from the very back of the under the neck accessory, so you can place his lightsaber there if you want to. I'll also remove it in just a minute so you can take a look at the torso printing better. But this is a really cool character. No idea who he is because he doesn't even have a face. I mean, does it really matter? He's already dead in the show, or so we think. He turned into vapor. Now let's remove that under the neck accessory, just to give you a better look at that torso print, yet again from both the front and the back of the character. And if it wasn't self-explanatory, accessories, that Inquisitor lightsaber with the mold that was introduced for Star Wars Rebels, and the double blade in red, which you can again just place within the clip piece from the back of the under the neck accessory if you want to. No doubt the minifigure selection of this set is going to be a big selling point, especially with this being the only set to include Ahsoka based off the Ahsoka show, and even getting Sabine, one of the other main characters of the show. Now that brings us to the ship, which I think LEGO did a really great job with, especially when it comes to looking at it from the very top, and even the back side of this thing, this whole back section with the engines, I'm just really impressed. Now we might as well start with what is probably my least favorite part about this build, and that is the cockpit. And yeah, it's printed. I love that it's printed. It's amazing, but you can only sit one minifigure in here compared to the last version that you could sit 2 characters in. I mean, that's still not enough. You should be able to sit all of your minifigures in the cockpit of this. Yeah, if they made this as a UCS model, they'd definitely be able to do that. And you can tell that this is downsized when you actually watch the show and see that these are doors that your characters are supposed to be able to exit when it comes to this vehicle build. And that turret within that one episode where Sabine was trying to shoot the enemies from, I mean, it is really interesting to see the different sizings as far as LEGO's concerned. But back to the front here, clip piece connection in order to lift that up and down. You also get a printed little dashboard thing there, 1x2. Tile we've seen before. Placing your minifigure inside of Ahsoka, you get plenty of room to just sit her and no one else. You can close the cockpit down and see her through the windshield. I mean, it does its job as far as sitting one character down, but again, it's just I wish that there was room for more characters. Get those pieces over here from the sides in order to help the arms along. And again, it's just a very tight fit when it comes to the headpiece being used on Ahsoka there, clashing with that cockpit design. Before we get to the wings, another thing I want to talk about is when it comes to landing this vehicle. Now you may notice from the very bottom we have these clip piece connections which can fold in. You can fold them in to represent the flight mode. When you have them folded in, your ship will fall down pretty easily. But when you bring these out, this allows some extra stability when it comes to landing your ship and having it sit on the ground there. Folding them back in and bringing us into flight mode, we get the feature where you can turn the whole body of the ship, leaving the wings. Very smooth feature, doesn't make as much noise as the 2011 version, which I'm really happy about. You can easily spin that in a 360 direction if you want to. Unlike the 2011 version, we only get one sticker from each side, which I guess is an improvement as far as using less stickers go. But we also have a change in the color scheme, which I find really interesting, where we're now using this gray instead of the white, and we're also using dark red instead of the bright red. You may also notice that we're using a lot more smaller pieces when it comes to these designs, compared to the bigger pieces that we saw in 2011. From the very front of the vehicle, we have stud guns. Shoot them off like this. And they go out into the distance, never to be found again, somewhere behind me. We do happen to get some extras in case you lose them though. As I mentioned earlier on, probably my favorite part of this build has to be this back section here with the engines. I just think they look amazing. Get a little turret from the back side. As I said, these little circle pieces with the stickers are supposed to represent the doors that your characters are supposed to leave the ship from, or at least we had a scene within the Ahsoka show showing how this works. Again, really confusing as far as sizing goes for this thing. We also get some storage solutions. We get some clip piece connections that you can lift up to reveal little areas in which you can put stuff. Like over here, you can put Ahsoka's lightsabers. Want to make sure that you can put them in the hallway. And we also have a little spot so you can put Sabine's guns. And you can easily close it up. Nice storage solution if you don't want to have the weapons loose. From the other side, you'll see a little repair kit, which you can remove. It's just connected by a little jumper plate there, where you get this wrench, and I don't really know what the rest of this is supposed to be, but it's something to help repair the ship. You can give that to Huyang, reference to that episode, really neat. Close that back up. I guess you could put Sabine's lightsaber in there if you want to, just gotta break it up. Back into flight mode, yet again. I just want to point out these stickers, which you'll find from both sides there. And I want to talk about the underside of the wings, which is probably the thing that I've seen the most complaints about, just how there isn't as much dark red from the back side as you see from this side. I really wish that they were able to continue that pattern, but at the same time, doesn't really matter. Really, the only thing I'd ask for as far as to improve this set outside of making it bigger is maybe if they included a stand, it would have been really nice. Especially if that stand allowed you to display this set as you see it in like this flight formation like that. I think it would be really cool to display the set at an angle like this. I mean, you don't have to show the other side of the build, you can just display it like that. I wish that there was some sort of stand that they made to go along with it. I think that would have made this set even better than it is. Though seriously, for what they did when it came to this vehicle design, I'm really happy with it. It's not perfect, but it's close enough for me. Before I end off this video, I did want to take a look at this set next to its predecessor that released in 2011, the T-6 Jedi Shuttle. This is Ahsoka's T-6 Jedi Shuttle. Big difference between these: color scheme, definitely the sizes. It uses a lot more bigger pieces to create the build, unlike the newer model, which uses a lot more smaller pieces to get fine details, which is something that LEGO started doing a lot more recently. But at the same time, it makes the build very small for the price that you're paying, which is something that a lot of fans aren't really too happy about. Another big difference between these is the cockpit designs. You can only fit one minifigure within the new version. Last version you can sit 2 characters at the very least, which is better than just one. The features work the same when it comes to the flight patterns there. I'll show you right now. You also get different landing gear between these, where you have those 2 things that you can fold in and out. And then we have this Technic bar. When you remove them, this one is more liable to actually fall down compared to the newer set, which the newer set can actually stand on its own without those landing gear options out, but still if you touch it, it'll fall down. Best to just have the landing gear on if you have it flat on a surface. Now looking at these 2 sets side by side in their flight positions, here's a quick look. Hopefully I can get these both in frame. There we go, that looks really nice. Flipping to the ugly back sides of these, yeah, just plate pieces just to create the foundations of the wings. For sure the engines on the newer model are so much more superior, and just, again, a lot of the smaller pieces being used to create the different angles on that look just so much better than what we got back in 2011. Such an improvement for sure, but again, it really comes down to the size of these things. And when it comes to fitting your characters within the cockpit, that's really my biggest complaint when it comes to the new version, that you cannot fit as many characters just because the size isn't as accurate as it could be. No doubt they can fix this with the UCS set, as I said, but who knows if that'll ever happen. Really depends on if this becomes an iconic enough vehicle like, say, the Razor Crest did, that got a UCS set. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ghost and Phantom becomes a UCS set in future. That's definitely something that I think has potential to be in that scale, at least more so than this particular vehicle. So overall, for $80, is this set worth it? Well, for $80, I still think the minifigure selection is really strong in this set, and definitely one of the better minifigure selections out there for an $80 LEGO Star Wars set. However, if you can get this on discount, like at Costco, I know that they have it for $65, which is where I did buy this set myself. I definitely recommend getting it at that cheaper discounted price. No doubt it'll go down in price again, considering these other warehouse stores have this particular set. No doubt during the Christmas time other stores will follow suit, so definitely worth waiting on this set to get a good discount for those minifigures, all of which appear within the Ahsoka TV show, brand new and exclusive to this set. Arm printing on Ahsoka, brand new mold for her Leku piece, which is really, really amazing. Ship build itself I think is really strong. However, it does have some small problems which fans may nitpick. Personally, I wish it included a stand just so that it can display it in flight formation. That's really the one thing that I would have loved to have seen here. Other than that, I can live with just fitting one minifigure in here, despite the fact that it's inaccurate and just the sizing of this thing is just really weird and awkward. At the end of the day, I still think this is a really great set, especially for the minifigures. That's no doubt one of the biggest draws, but again, I definitely recommend waiting for a discount if you can't find one already. So yeah, that's all that I have to say for this video. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below, what your thoughts are on this set. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't upload a new video. So yeah, that's it for now, and I will see you next time. Bye!